They ended up 46 total plays, and McCarron 18 for 26 for 190 and 2 touchdowns.
All right, this is your warning that you are on stream now. The race will be starting shortly. I'm just going to put some music on while I do something.
I need to know why Greg Williams keeps yelling at somebody. Mobile.
No flag. Let's go. They suck, dude. Wow. Sit down, baby. Sit down.
And we are live from Daytona. It is the Busch Bonanza Daytona 300 qualifying race. Rules for the series say that the top 20 in points are locked in, but 4 of those drivers are no longer in the series, so 16 cars will be locked in for the first 5 races of the year, meaning that the top 26 from this race will get to race in the Daytona 300 tomorrow evening. We've got some new names in new places, so we will probably have some bad calls, like that 40 is no longer Chauncey Redmond Jr., it's somebody else. Just forgot his first name. Something Diggs. Let's see what the game tells me. That's the wrong button.
Definitely something.
Something with an M. I don't remember. Tony will have to correct me all season. Engines are fired. I should have grabbed another cough drop. Let me do that really quick. First, whoever gave me this claggy throat thing. And the field is underway, coming through turn 4 to take the green flag. Pace car peels off for pit road. And we are green. The Busch Bonanza season begins here with this qualifying event. Diggs pulls out to an early lead with Mike Carroll pushing behind in the Spam number 50 machine. Mike's going to look for the inside, try to get some help from behind. He wants the lead. Everybody in this race using it as a chance for some draft practice, as well as racing their way into the show. If you can learn something tonight that might help you win tomorrow night, that's a bonus. 54 coming forward on the bottom. And the first lap is complete. Everybody's staying in the draft for now. Got a couple at the back, though, starting to get tailed off. .54 is going to go for the lead. And the field will rumble down the backstretch. Side by side, it looks like we're pacing at nearly 190 miles an hour, I guess. 200, let's make it an even 200. Nice fast pace for these cars. Tick slower than what the Cup cars will run in the Extravaganza race, but not by a lot. And Carroll will continue to lead. Everybody's still hanging on in the draft. 13, that's a new driver. That's Bev Fresh. She goes for the bottom.
Do not like Greg Weems.
The internet doesn't like a lot of people, Alex.
Yeah.
I'm sure the internet doesn't like me. Starting to see some of these new faces work their way to the front really quickly. A lot of new paint schemes here at the front of the field. I guarantee I'll be calling that 40 the wrong name all season, though. It's one of the few cars that just got a new driver. That 13 team last year, that was the 18 team from Cristiano de Sa, but he's moved up in the world. They brought Bev aboard the team with new sponsorship. So that one won't be hard to confuse with another car because it looks nothing like that team looked last year. We were thinking about 3 wide there for the lead. Ooh, that was a stutter. Thank you, 2003. What happens when you run these tracks with stupidly big textures, I guess. With a pack like this, there's going to be heartbreak on who gets to go home. Who has to go home, and who gets to race tomorrow. I thought I heard somebody hit the wall. Everybody still seems to be going straight, though. No caution. Everybody's still in the pack. 3 wide at the front of it. There's just nowhere to go. No one can get an advantage here. That 40 car's been able to keep himself up at the front. That was a strong car last season, and with the new driver, we hope to see it just as strong. Got a pair of cars from the same stable in this race tonight. We've got Ann American and Logan Sheets running identical cars. Hopefully they don't both make the show, otherwise the race will get interesting.
I get that.
We see Ann coming to the front here. One of the handful of ladies in the race. 40 car surges ahead of the 3 wide. Doesn't know where he wants to go. Number 11 coming on the bottom. Diggs doesn't get clear. Still 3 wide for the lead. Pat comes screaming off a turn 4 to complete another lap.
Did you see that video on Twitter? The guy was doing the highlights
Wow.
of the girls' basketball games, and at the end he goes,
Oh.
"All right, that's the actual basketball."
I think
Yeah,
I've seen
I
that
did see
video.
that.
That was like what, like middle school girls?
No, that was college. Yeah.
Oh, the one I saw was middle school girls. So it was like, well, yeah, but they're not really athletes. They're out there having fun. But
No, it's from like today.
oh, okay. There was one ages ago that I remember seeing. So it may be the same audio put over different clips then, but because the internet's great with that. Man, if they race like this tomorrow, the race tomorrow is gonna be great.
Yeah, I'm pumped.
You pumped for some Bonanza action? JB, would you like me to, at some time tomorrow, do streaming of the other game I've been playing recently? Well, we got one on the apron. I've been playing a little indie game that you might have heard of. World of Outlaws Dirt Racing, whatever the hell it's called.
Oh,
It was on sale on Xbox. I'm like, oh, well, that's a really good price to pay like $35 and get the season pass for it. Like, okay, that's a price I can pay. What are your thoughts on the fictional tracks in that game?
I kind of like them.
I've liked all the ones I've driven except one.
That banked one.
The banked one that's inside. I actually kind of like that one, but the name doesn't make any sense. I kind of like it. No, there was the one I really like. It's like a 5th mile that kind of reminds me of a flat Bloomington. I kind of liked that one. Would have gotten a good finish there if a car hadn't, like a lap car, turned across me off of 4 on the last lap, and I turned him completely sideways. And of course, it doesn't throw yellows on the last lap because it's, you know, iRacing code, I guess.
Remember the tracks? You remember, or you know the one that's like kind of long, got banking on it too.
So I'm only in the street stock, so I haven't. The biggest track I've driven, I think, is Lima Land. Okay, I don't know that I've driven it. Yeah, I don't know. You'd have to describe it more, but I haven't driven a lot of the tracks. I've only driven like maybe 6 or 7. I feel like that first season it gives you like 3 Lima Land races, 2 Fairbury races, and then a couple of fictionals, and you end at Eldora.
I like Fairbury in that game.
Yeah, it's not bad. I'm trying to remember. That's not a free track in iRacing, right?
No.
Okay, I was thinking I don't have that one. I told you I ran that limited late model race at Knoxville. That's the most fun dirt race I've had in iRacing that I might actually get into the late models. I'm not very good at them, but I was having fun. More fun than I do on anything else. I gotta see if maybe they fixed the street stock, but it only runs free tracks, right? And 2 of the free tracks I think are god awful. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they run Eldora.
The rookies or the C6?
Is there a C6 dirt street stock?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know there was a dirt street stock beyond the rookie one.
Yeah, the C one is actually fun.
No, okay. I'll have to see if they made that car better than it was at launch. I will say it's a bummer that
They haven't.
Not that good. They do run paid tracks.
The body on the street stock in the World of Outlaws game is so much better than the one we have in iRacing. It's kind of a bummer. Although the wing looks a little goofy on it for some reason. But maybe that's what it actually looks like, and I don't see dirt street stocks ever. Alex could answer that for me. Man, nobody has lost the draft yet. That's going to make this finish really interesting. I also hope I made this just long enough that they have to pit, but I bet I didn't. In the Extravaganza, how long did they run green before they had to pit? Nobody was here for any of that, were they?
Tony wasn't here.
Then how did he run it?
He ran it all by himself. And then me and JB got on TeamSpeak and watched the last 10 laps. And then he got on and said, "Sorry, I thought I was already on."
I know he might watch this later, so I'm going to say this with as much tact as possible, but sometimes that boy's a real idiot. But he's our idiot.
He certainly probably will watch this.
Yeah, the beginning of this season is going to be interesting because the rule for this series is the top 20 is locked in, but 4 of the top 20 aren't racing this season, so it's actually only the top 16 for the first 5 races. So that'll actually give us a chance to mix up the top 20 a little bit. And JB has fallen down the stairs. Someone activate his life alert. 3 wide at the front, now back to 2 wide as Rodriguez slots in. And the pack comes screaming into the tri-oval once more. What an angry little pack. 4 wide there in the middle. Is that going to work? It's working. How have they not crashed? Are they going to get sorted for the corner? They did. It's getting a little sketchy, and that's too far forward in the pack to be getting that sketchy. You're not even in risk of getting cut there just yet. Rocketing down the back stretch. Laps clicking away. Time running out. If you're at the back, time running out to get forward. If you're at the front, time running out for you to sweat. Right now, the 59 would be the last car in. .25 up at the front of the pack. Where's she going to go? Rodriguez is going to get to her outside. That's going to limit her options. Outside lane with a run. Outside lane not quite as organized as the bottom now. They've got bigger gaps in that line. And now it's once again back to 2x2 side by each. Looking like a pace lap formation once more. Not quite calm, but a little calmer than we were a few laps ago when we were 4 wide through the tri-oval. Good run coming from the outside. The bottom's gotten a little spaced out now. Rodriguez is going to get pushed clear by the 54. Troy Torgerson now in that 63 this year, giving a good push to the 54. And they both get clear of that 25. Doug Spark in the middle back there. And the 54 is going to look for the lead on that 6 of Yari Rodriguez. Rodriguez leads the lap, but he may not win this battle. Everybody's still hanging in with the pack. Nobody's lost the draft just yet. They are looking a little calmer than they were a little while ago. I think they're going to have to make a pit stop, but if they don't, it'll be close. I think 48 laps is more than they can run. I'd like to have made it an even 50, but I wasn't going to go in and edit the INI just to do that. Some of these guys are just hanging out at the back. Might actually benefit from seeing some action up here where somebody gets turned around. Some of these guys look like they're staying with the pack, but they just do not have the pace to get up through the pack to get into a transfer spot. So I think they're going to need some help. It's like every lap, all the positions kind of shuffle a little bit. Currently, last car in would be the 11. Rookie driver trying to make it into the show. We're getting 3 wide now, a few rows back of the front. It's going to get the pack a little diced up and get it all packed together because it gets them good and checked up. A little lift there by somebody in the middle of the backstretch. Not even sure who it was that lifted there. 27 still hung in the middle. .44 might be getting tailed off here. Three wide at the front. 3 wide, 2 rows. 25's going to get clear. Where's she going to go? Oh, she's going to get put 3 wide at the end of the backstretch, too. We got a bunch of 3 wide at the front here. 3 rows of 3 wide. Can't run like that forever, guys. Get this sorted out. They're still perfectly happy to be 3 wide now. Ooh. That's sketchy there at the front of the field. You can't run like this forever without an error creeping in, somebody putting their car where it doesn't belong. Somebody needs to get clear and sort this out. Rodriguez is going to try to get clear, go from the top to the bottom. He only parks it in the middle. He's clear all around, though. He has whatever lane he wants. It's just too much 3 wide for my taste. If I had a driver in that, I might tell him to back off and wait for it to calm down. Conversely, the other option is to try to power through it and get into this breakaway at the front. We got 3 cars, single file, starting to push themselves clear of the field. But Torgerson's going to make a race out of it up there, and that's going to bring him right back to the pack. .25 throws out a boat anchor going backwards. And we got cars coming to the pit lane. 3 takers here. Looks like 64, 37, and 78 all coming in here early. Just coming to halfway. They should make it from here without any issue whatsoever. We'll see how this strategy pans out then. I don't know if that's enough cars to come with. You're not going to have much drive when you get going, but if everybody pits within a lap or 2, it won't make much difference.
New player.
Dalton, welcome to the Busch Bonanza Daytona 300 qualifying race.
Oh,
Yeah, we're live on YouTube.
More takers to the pit road. Most of the pack coming now.
hopefully it ends sooner than the Tim's draft.
It certainly will. Yeah, I'm not sure if Spears actually means it when he says auto draft. I don't know that he wants Austin Dillon. And Tony left anyway, so.
XFL, dude.
Wouldn't you like to fucking
I would, 'cause I missed it. Can you give me play-by-play?
Jeez
of it?
Louise.
No.
So this is our lead group who haven't pitted yet.
You know, it's kind of hard to watch when there's no Syracuse, you know?
Syracuse,
Or
Sierraman.
Flaming Goats. What was that? Damn it. It was New York. New York something. Damn it.
We got a couple here that have decided to keep going. Rodriguez and Reigns seem to have stayed out. I don't see this strategy. What the heck was that? I don't see this strategy working. What was that? It just bounced great. I've now found a bug with the track. I'll have to investigate for tomorrow.
Yeah.
If I paid you $1 million, would you race spec racers?
Yeah.
Like, is it bad? Like, is it bad to run stuff? Dude. Well, yeah.
They're very tail happy.
I mean, that ain't good.
Ooh, 86 checking up big time. Is he out of fuel? I think that 86 is out of fuel. He's going to try to get to the pit road. Just gets there. But he's checked up those guys badly. Rodriguez in now too. And we've got a crash. We've got a crash. Crash on the track. The 5 and the 86 appear to be involved. That's not the 86. That's the 83. My bad. What has happened here? We got a car coming out of the pit lane, it looks like. He merges. Gets a little out of shape. I don't know what that bug is. Yep, and then we put cars in the wall. Oh! Van Buren clipped him. That might have done some damage. We got more cars coming. Tom Barber misses it. So we've got a caution on the speedway. Rodriguez was in the pits. Let's find the pace car. Figure out who has been picked up as the leader. There's the pace car. I think it has picked up Rodriguez as our leader here. What in the world is happening here? Well, Rodriguez was in the pits. So are these guys supposed to be passing? Or is the leader supposed to go around the pace car here? This looks really sketchy, AI. Pace car does not seem to be doing any speed, but he's doing 70. Okay, is Rodriguez supposed to be behind this pace car or ahead of it? 86 is getting waved around. The leader is apparently the 63. I think Rodriguez is supposed to pass the pace car here. Yep, and there he goes. It might be a hot minute before we get the running order. A yellow during the pit cycle has now completely goobered up the scoring. I have no idea who's actually supposed to be the leader. It's currently scoring Troy Torgerson in the 63 as the leader. But I don't know if that's right. I don't know. We got cars showing a lap down. It looks like JT Armstrong will miss the show. As will James DeCourcy from the look of it. Let's see what the scoring says now. I think these guys have gotten stuck tail end of... Yeah, they're stuck tail end of the lead lap for some reason. So that's going to make this restart weird. We still got cars coming into the pits here.
I'll be okay.
Yeah, actually, I gotta go.
Have a good bed.
I'll say great.
The scoring's all goofed up. I think half the field is stuck tail into the lead lap. Which means everybody from 21st on forward is safely locked in as long as nothing stupid happens. Well, that's going to make this interesting. At least for us watching it, because now they're going to be all jumbled up. Let's see. Any other retirements? The 5 is out. The 90 is still sitting in the pits. And then a bunch of cars stuck tail into the lead lap here. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I'm going to guess that paint grip is all turned up and I need to go into the I9 and fix it. That's going to be my guess as to why the car's bouncing. I also should turn the pace speed up. 70's a little low. So working our first caution, an incident during green flag pit stops has shuffled the field and left a bunch of cars trapped tail end of the lead lap here. Lights are still on the damn pace car. The 90 has resumed, so he's not out of this yet, but he's going to need something to happen. He's 3 laps down, and only the top 26 are going to advance. Once he gets going, he's going to be 37th, so he needs a big wreck. He needs some cars to get wiped out. So the 8 is officially a lap down. Everybody else is just tail into the lead lap up there. Is he checking up for the back of the field? Or yeah, he is, I guess. So he's going to start picking up spots here in a minute. So there are 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th. So there's 5 cars that are stuck here tail into the lead lap that are going to advance currently. So it's going to be a race between all of them for 5 spots. Oh, and somebody has blown up on the pace lap. I think that's Tony Gunk. It is not. It is Brian Phillips on the 119. Where was he scored? He was running 33rd. So that's not going to help anybody else get in, but that will more likely than not be the end of his Daytona weekend. Is there also smoke out of that 96, or is he just running low for no reason? I don't think there's smoke out of him. No, I think he was just moving to try to not get oil blown on him. So the 119 now comes to the pits with obvious engine issues. We'll see if there's anything they can do for that. Maybe an oil line's come off and they can get it fixed and back out there real quick, but I'm skeptical that's going to happen. Nope. It's over. They can't fix it. So we're going to line the field up. George scoring the 8 down a lap, even though, well, he's just not getting to pull up to the inside like the 90 is. The 8 and the 90 are both going to pick up a spot, but that's not going to help them, because they're still too far back for it to do any good. The leader is the 6. So the leader is way back there in the running order. So the fight for the transfer spot will be at the front of the field here, at least on the immediate start. So that'll be weird. If we get another caution, these guys can all try to cycle back around. And then everybody that's on the lead lap now goes into great threat. The guys on the lead lap now just need to sit here and ride. They get to racing and do something dumb, they're going to cost themselves a sure thing. If you're not stuck tail into the lead lap right now, you're guaranteed to make the show tomorrow, as long as nothing stupid happens and we just run out these laps. The 90's hoping for pandemonium, the 8's hoping for pandemonium that they're not a part of, because if that occurs, then they could make the show. The 8 honestly is probably down on power though. Did get some contact in the crash, so we'll see if that makes any difference for him. 44 had actually, and the 44 and the 93 had just been hanging on to the draft before, so we'll see if they can stay in transfer spots here. And longtime Extravaganza regular Kevin Corbett, coming down to Bonanza for the season, is going to try to make the show here. Needs to make some of these early shows and get himself in the top 20 points. Struggled to stay anywhere near the top of points in Extravaganza, so we'll see if maybe Bonanza treats him better. And we are green. Yeah, that 8 is definitely wounded. The 90 does not look to be too bad, though. Actually pulling this pack along now. Where the 8 was, that might actually cause these packs to break up and let most of the guys that are fighting actually be together and not have to worry about everybody else. Here comes that bottom lane. Charging forward. Leader is in this group. I think Rodriguez's move is just going to be to play it safe here, but try to put some of these guys a lap down so if the yellow does come out, he doesn't have to worry about them. String of cars single file behind this group. I don't know if they're going to get caught up and rejoin this pack. I'm not sure they want to. DeCourcy's starting to go backwards now. Honestly, I think these guys would like to shuffle him out, and honestly, if I were him, I would just sit the back of this pack and ride. He needs a wreck to advance, and it's not going to help him to be in it. 38 card charging forward. Yeah, I don't think the rest of that pack's coming back. It's really strung out back there. 6 is charging forward, though. He's going to try to put all these guys a lap down. That 6 is advancing through this group. Be a pretty safe place to be at the front of it, and you're unlikely to get wrecked from the front of this pack. Says the commentator right before a massive crash starts at the front of the pack.
I'm here. Sorry.
Hello, Dalton. We're coming down to crunch time. Cycle of pit stops has really shuffled this thing up. Half the field got stuck tail into the lead lap, and oddly, the transfer spot is in that section of the field. And the leader's trying to charge through all these guys for no particular reason, honestly. A lot of beautiful new paint schemes for the season out here tonight. All right, let's see where we got now. Rodriguez is just trying to sight his way through this group. I don't know why, but he's put them all down a lap now. So there is a battle for the lead at the front of this for no particular reason. Troy Torgerson now leads. The 54 is your second place car. The 6, the 37, those are all lead lap cars that are trying to work their way forward for some reason.
Tim, does it look like you're going to have off for Sebring?
I have no earthly idea what my schedule's going to be. There's a distinct probability that I end up working the opposite end of the week, which would let me run the race because I wouldn't be working Saturday. So it's something. It's something I will probably find out about soonish. But yeah.
That's all right. I'm kind of half like thinking about selling like my wheel and being done with everything too. So.
No, don't do that. Don't be a John Batista.
It just takes up too much space.
Just like John Batista.
Yeah, that's true.
Is Doug?
I feel like I come
I don't know
out
what
here
it is.
like not a lot, but often. And you're not always here, you know, whatever. But which is fine. We all bless too. But like they're never doing anything.
Well, no, Alex always wants to do something when JB. Well, JB never wants anything, but he always wants to do something when I'm already doing something else. And when yeah, it's one of those things. I just sort of end up trying to wait around to see if anybody wants to run a race with me. I usually just go, fuck it, I'll just run something. And that's kind of frustrating. Like last week with the European Le Mans series, where it was at freaking Watkins Glen. It's like, oh, who wants to run that? Silence. Like, fuck it, I'm running it alone then. Fuck it, we'll do it live. No, I was telling him earlier, I think I might try to get into running the dirt late model. I ran a limited late model race earlier this week, and I actually enjoyed it. So they've apparently made that car better than it was at launch. Because at launch, the limited late model was the most undrivable thing I've ever seen. Alright, 10 laps to go. It's coming down to crunch time. The magic number is that 26th spot. That'll be the last car into the show. Right now, the 96 car sitting in that spot. Jump on board with that car. Said on board, not the rear chase camera, Tony Pizarro. I think he's going backwards. Oh no, they're catching a lap car. Bad things approaching. Lap car ahead. And they've caught the 8. That's checked up the front of the pack. Eight stuck on the outside. That's going to really hurt anybody that's up here. Gonna have to force a hole down to the bottom, guys. Somebody's got to do it. You got to push this 8 car all the way up to the wall, or you got to put him 3 wide in the middle. You can't just sit here. Kevin gets to the bottom. He's going forward now. 96 still can't get down. This is going to cost some people the race.
Wow. They should have a Corning Museum of Glass billboard at the clown. I've been there. I went there.
I was going to say that's a real thing, I assume.
Yeah. That's impressive. It's the little thing.
So how long do you think before Tony, like... Because I showed Tony this paint scheme on the 96. He has no idea what this sponsor is.
Oh, geez.
I told him to not Google it. I'm sure he will. God, this field is all spread out now. Okay, who's running 26 right now? It's the 13 is in the transfer spot. And she's not in the pack trying to get back on terms with it, so this could get weird. She's got the 11 right with her. Eleven's going to try to go to the inside here. Running out of laps. I think this 11 and 13, nope, there they go. They get side by side. That might lead to them being the head of a pack. That's going to make the transfer spot a real fun battle. Here comes the 2, and here comes Kevin. But they're going to get side by side and screw themselves over, letting everybody behind them catch up. Come on, guys, use your heads. You can't let these guys get away from you. There you go, Bev. Just sit in line. Don't get side by side with this 11. It's not going to help you. You got to wait till the last lap and then eat them. Eat them alive. No, not that. Too early. Here comes that group behind you now with a head of steam. As Scott Drake sits at the front of the field. What position is he? Oh, he is the leader. In the Flow Racing machine. But here we go. This is going to be a big battle for this transfer spot now. And you got lead lap cars mixing it in here, and that's just going to get it all goofed up. Trying to figure out who in this pack is off the lead lap. I think it's the 2. This is the first car on the bottom that's not on the lead lap. That's actually going for this transfer spot. Oh no, it's the 51. The 51's in the transfer spot now. It's a good place to be with lead lap cars ahead of you, but one guy racing you behind. Gotta watch out for that 34. He'll do whatever it takes to make the show. And they're just getting silly behind you. If you guys sit single file, you might be able to... Oh, there you go. That's perfect. Let Torgerson shuffle that 34 out of your way. Have a lead lap car ahead and behind you so you don't have to worry about too much pressure here as we come into the closing laps. Man, I hope they don't catch the 8 again. Oh, but Torgerson, for some reason, wants to pass you. That's not going to help. Sure, they're getting a toe off that pack ahead of them. But it's not enough to get up there and catch him, apparently. '96 and the 44 are losing this group. We got 2 laps to go. I think the leader's about to catch a damaged car that was on the lead lap. That could shuffle all this, if it happens, before the checkered flag. It might happen on the last lap. There's a pair of cars. One of them's on the lead lap, just barely. They're about to get caught as we take the white flag. And they are catching the back of this pack. This is going to get spicy. The pack's coming together. We got everything to race for now. Are they going to catch this 85 or not? I don't know. It would be a shame for that 85 to get dumped out of the show on the last lap like that. Coming off of turn 4, who's going to make the show? They're going to catch the lap car right before the line. They're also going to catch the 8. It's a good thing there wasn't another lap. Checkered flag in the air. And let's see, how does it sort out? Last car in the show is going to be Steve Inkman. Going home, the 13, the 34, the 46, the 11, the 2, the 96, 93, 44, 8, 90, 119, and the 5. That means a couple of cars I was really hoping to see in the race didn't make it. All right. Well, we will see you tomorrow for the real deal.